This is an example of how you can use different outputs from the sequences module at the same time to create rhythmic effects and kind of semi-random rhythms and melodies. The different sequences outputs are making changes at different parts of the pattern to the ratio, the fold and the mod amounts, and the sequences gate out is changing the pitch randomly on every step by triggering the woggle module, which is then connected to the source pitch input. Slower, faster, slower. This is a demonstration of how the clock offset input can be used. This can change the tempo by 20% faster or slower than the current setting. Here, function 2 is being used to change the clock offset setting, and that signal is also being duplicated and sent to the source pitch input, so it's changing the pitch of the notes in time with the change in the tempo. So the effect is a bit like speeding up or slowing down a cassette tape or a vinyl record. Accents and polyrhythms can be created using the sequence's gate outputs. You can connect these directly to another module, but here I've connected them via the function 2 module, which gives us a bit more control over the kind of accent that we get. So instead of just a gate signal suddenly stepping up whatever it's connected to, it's going via the function 2 module, which gives it a bit of a rounder sound. And then we can change this gate output to get a different kind of rhythm. It sounds like this. Reverb on high notes. The main thing to look for in this patch is the connection between the sequence's pitch output and the space out level input. So when higher notes are played, an increased amount of the reverb effect is added to the sound. When lower notes are played, less reverb is applied, and this can make bass sounds clearer and make higher sounds sound nicer. It sounds like this. Portamento. This uses the woggle module to create a slide from one note to the next note, like this. Usually, the woggle module will output a pseudo-random value because it uses its own pink noise wave, which is constantly fluctuating at a high frequency. When the woggle module is triggered, this wave is frozen at its state, wherever that may be, and it might be that the phase of the wave is at a high position or a low position or somewhere in the middle, and it's virtually impossible to predict where the phase of the pink noise wave will be at any one time, which is why it comes across as a kind of random value generator. However, we can override this pink noise source in the woggle module by connecting another module to the woggle source input. So in this case, we've connected the sequence's pitch output to the woggle source input, and then we've connected the woggle smooth output to the source pitch input. So what this does is to send the pitch of the note that you've just played to the woggle sample input, and then the woggle module uses this value, the value of the note that you've just played, to set a new woggle value, and the new woggle value is then sent to the source pitch input, which controls the pitch of the note that you hear. Now you might think that's just a very roundabout way of doing what would happen anyway if we just played a note. However, because we're going via the woggle smooth output, not the woggle stepped output, this means that the pitch of the note will slide from the previous note to the new note. And it does this over a time that we can't control, over a set time. So for pitch slides over a wide range, there might not be enough time to slide all the way to the new note. You might have to trigger a note a few times. And for pitch slides over a shorter range, maybe 2 or 3 semitones, then the note should slide in time. So let's make that connection again, and then we can hear the difference.